Hello everyone, and welcome to our Architecture Education Series. Today, we are going to explore one of the most fascinating professions in the world, architecture. Whenever we look around us, we see buildings, roads, parks, bridges, schools, hospitals, airports, shopping malls, and homes. All these structures form what we call the built environment. Behind the planning and design of these spaces is a profession known as architecture. Many people think architecture is only about drawing building plans or creating beautiful structures. However, architecture is much more than that. It combines creativity, science, technology, engineering, psychology, sociology, environmental awareness, and artistic expression. In this lecture, we will discuss 5 important topics. First, the definition of architecture. Second, the difference between architecture and building construction. Third, the role of an architect in society. Fourth, famous architects and their contributions. And finally, career opportunities in architecture. So, let us begin our journey into the world of architecture. The definition of architecture. Before understanding architecture, let us first understand the origin of the word itself. The word architecture comes from the Greek words archi and tekton. Archi means chief or master, while tekton means builder. Thus, architecture literally means master builder. But architecture today is much more than simply building structures. Architecture can be defined as the art and science of planning, designing, and constructing buildings and spaces that are functional, safe, sustainable, and aesthetically pleasing. Notice the phrase art and science. This is what makes architecture unique. As an art, architecture deals with creativity, aesthetics, beauty, proportion, harmony, and cultural expression. As a science, architecture involves structural systems, building materials, environmental performance, construction technology, and human comfort. An architect must therefore think both like an artist and an engineer. One of the earliest architectural theorists was the Roman architect, Vitruvius. He proposed that every good building should satisfy 3 fundamental principles. Firmitiaeus, meaning strength, utilitas, meaning functionality or usefulness, venostes, meaning beauty. Even after more than 2,000 years, these 3 principles continue to guide architectural design. When architects design a building, they must ensure that the building is structurally safe, functionally efficient, and visually appealing. If a building is beautiful but unsafe, it is not good architecture. If it is strong but uncomfortable to use, it is not successful architecture. True architecture is achieved when strength, function, and beauty work together. Architecture is also a reflection of culture and civilization. Ancient Egyptian pyramids, Greek temples, Indian temples, Mughal monuments, Gothic cathedrals, and modern skyscrapers all tell stories about the societies that created them. Through architecture, we can understand history, religion, technology, politics, and social values. Architecture is therefore not merely the design of buildings. It is a design of human experiences. The difference between architecture and building construction. Many people use the terms architecture and construction interchangeably. However, they are not the same. Architecture is concerned with planning, designing, and conceptualizing a building. Construction is concerned with physically building and executing that design. Let us understand this through an example. Imagine a client wants to build a school. The architect begins by understanding the client's requirements. How many classrooms are needed? How many students will use the building? How should students move within the campus? How can natural light and ventilation be incorporated? What should the building look like? How can safety and accessibility be ensured? The architect then prepares drawings, layouts, elevation sections, and 3-dimensional visualizations. This entire process belongs to architecture. Once the design is finalized, the construction team begins its work. Contractors arrange materials, labor, machinery, and equipment. Engineers supervise structural work. Workers execute foundations, columns, beams, walls, roofs, flooring, electrical systems, and plumbing systems. This stage belongs to building construction. Simply put, architecture answers the question, what should be built and why? Construction answers the question, how should it be built? Architecture focuses on vision and planning. Construction focuses on implementation and execution. An architect designs a building. A contractor builds a building. An engineer ensures structural safety. Together, they transform ideas into reality. A successful project requires close collaboration among architects, engineers, contractors, consultants, and clients. Without architecture, construction lacks direction. Without construction, architecture remains only an idea on paper. The role of an architect in society. Now, let us understand the role of an architect. Many people believe that architects only create beautiful buildings. In reality, architects perform many important functions within society. An architect is a planner, designer, problem solver, coordinator, innovator, and social contributor. One of the primary responsibilities of an architect is to improve the quality of life for people. Every space influences human behavior. A well-designed classroom can improve learning. A well-designed hospital can support healing. A well-designed office can increase productivity. A well-designed public park can encourage social interaction and recreation. Architects shape these environments. Architects must also consider human comfort. They study sunlight, wind movement, temperature, acoustics, ergonomics, and spatial relationships. Their goal is to create spaces that are healthy, comfortable, and enjoyable. Another important responsibility is sustainability. Buildings consume an enormous amount of energy and natural resources. Today, architects are expected to design environmentally responsible buildings. This includes using natural ventilation, maximizing daylight, reducing energy consumption, harvesting rainwater, using renewable energy sources, selecting sustainable materials, and designing green buildings. Architects also play an important role in preserving cultural heritage. Historic buildings and monuments represent the identity of a community. Architects help conserve and restore these structures for future generations. In addition, architects contribute to urban development. They help plan cities, transportation systems, public spaces, housing projects, and community infrastructure. As cities continue to grow, architects become increasingly important in creating sustainable and livable urban environments. Ultimately, architects influence how people live, work, learn, and interact. Their work affects society every day. Famous architects and their contributions. Throughout history, many architects have transformed the built environment through innovative ideas and visionary designs. Let us explore some of the most influential architects. Vitruvius was an ancient Roman architect and engineer. His book, De Architectura, established fundamental principles of architecture. His concepts of strength, utility, and beauty continue to influence architectural education worldwide. Frank Lloyd Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright was one of the most influential American architects. He introduced the concept of organic architecture, which promotes harmony between buildings and nature. His famous project, Falling Water, was built directly above a waterfall. This project remains one of the most celebrated residential buildings in the world. Le Corbusier, pronounced Lou Corbusier, was a pioneer of modern architecture. He introduced innovative ideas related to urban planning and modern living. His 5 points of architecture revolutionized building design. In India, he is best known for planning the city of Chandigarh. His influence can still be seen in contemporary architecture around the world. Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. Mies van der Rohe, pronounced Mies van der Rohe, promoted simplicity and minimalism. His famous statement, "Less is more," became a guiding principle of modern architecture. His designs emphasized clean lines, open spaces, and structural honesty. Louis Kahn created buildings characterized by monumentality, geometry, and timelessness. His work at the Indian Institute of Management of Ahmedabad remains one of the most admired architectural projects in India. Zaha Hadid transformed contemporary architecture through bold and futuristic forms. Her buildings often appear dynamic and fluid. She became the first woman to receive the prestigious Pritzker Architecture Prize. Let us also look at some influential Indian architects. Balkrishna Doshi. Balkrishna Doshi is one of India's most respected architects. He received the Pritzker Prize in 2018. His work focused on affordable housing, sustainability, and community development. Charles Correa promoted climate-responsive design. He developed architectural solutions suitable for India's tropical climate. His work combined modern architecture with traditional Indian principles. Laurie Baker. Laurie Baker became famous for low-cost and sustainable construction techniques. He advocated the use of local materials and environmentally responsible design practices. His work demonstrated that architecture could be both affordable and beautiful. These architects remind us that architecture has the power to improve lives and shape societies. Career opportunities in architecture. One of the most exciting aspects of architecture is the wide range of career opportunities available. Traditionally, architecture graduates work primarily in architectural design firms. However, today's architecture profession offers many specialized career paths. The most common path is architectural practice. Architects design residential buildings, commercial complexes, educational institutions, hospitals, hotels, and industrial projects. Many architects specialize in interior design. They create functional and aesthetically pleasing interior spaces for homes, offices, hotels, and retail environments. Some architects work in urban planning. Urban planners design cities, transportation networks, housing schemes, and public infrastructure. Others pursue landscape architecture, focusing on parks, gardens, campuses, and recreational spaces. Technology has also created new opportunities. Architectural visualization specialists create realistic three-dimensional models, renderings, animations, and virtual reality experiences. Building information modeling, or BIM, has become a rapidly growing field. BIM professionals use software such as Revit to coordinate complex building projects. Sustainability consultants help design energy-efficient and environmentally responsible buildings. Parametric designers use advanced computational tools, such as Rhino and Grasshopper, to create innovative forms and structures. Architects can also work in government organizations, development authorities, municipal corporations, smart city missions, and public works departments. Teaching and research offer additional opportunities for those interested in academics. Many architects eventually establish their own consultancy firms and become entrepreneurs. Architecture, therefore, provides a diverse range of professional possibilities, combining creativity, technology, management, and social impact.